Hola y bienvenido a GLL, que estamos aquí presentando al juego de PUBG.
Well, I can
Yep.
start speaking Polish, but that makes no sense.
I'm not speaking Romanian, dude.
I can start speaking English or German.
German, ganz genau.
Ja.
Wie geht's?
Wunderschön.
Meine Lederhosen ist nicht dabei.
That almost makes sense. Almost.
Schmetterling. Welcome in, guys. It's the GLL NA Cup, or rather tournament. And indeed, it is the first day of it. So far, it's been going pretty freaking great. And we got some spicy stuff coming up for you on Miramar. Yes, indeed. That's why we started off the cast with a bit of Spanish there. And also because we see a ton of people coming in from South America in the chat. We see you guys. How's it going? Very happy to have you in here tonight, of course. We're opening the door to a fantastic tournament. We know what team you're rooting for. Chaos, to be more specific. Who have been killing it in the qualies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos, like, they've been invited to this next event to IM, and they've actually proven the performance that they're a worthy team, because in the qualies for GLL, they've shown a lot of talent.
Well, can't really say that because I wasn't watching the qualifiers for the NA scene, but I heard the opinions from other teams, and it seems like they were wrecking people.
Yeah, they were
So,
very respected.
respected. I think it's. I don't think it's the correct word. Maybe a little bit like even intimidating the other teams. You know, a little bit aggressive. Well, but I think that can say a lot about. I mean, you can say that about a lot of the North American and South American teams in general, right? They seem to be super aggressive, super just taking every single opportunity to take a shot, right? And maybe get the lucky headshot 400 meters away and take that guy down, right? And then you have a highlight, like, or, which is even more ridiculous, like with the highlight that we had with the Mad Max, right? In the previous game, like,
A beautiful death. That's a
would
beautiful death.
who would go for that when you know that in PUBG, when two cars meet, you're most likely gonna get blown, right? So,
When most cars meet, you get turned to minced meat.
oh
There you
yeah,
go,
exactly.
pancakes.
This is what we're talking about here.
How,
So in this occasion,
how much did he stay true to his name, A Beautiful Death? Could it have been a better death for Dizzy T? Look at this. Like, could it have been more gracious, more beautiful? Look at him here. We will send you letters from heaven. Goodbye. Done. Just kind of freaking. I wish I could sing, like, my voice is completely scuffed. I have laryngitis.
there was a song by Seal that would have fit here pretty well.
Kiss Spyros.
No, the one with Fly something. Never mind. Anyway, my point is, in you probably wouldn't see something like that. The guys would just go the other ways, you know, and
That's why
maybe
it's so
shoot
cool, man.
and so on. But
That's why I'm always
here
hyped to cast
in
a-
NA, it's more chaotic.
Yes, there's always a highlight per match. There's always like
Mhm.
a spicy highlight. And here are the highlights for the scorers. Not the highlights, but the scores actual. 532 points for Cloud9, performing very good. 24 frags out of them on these 3 matches, and that's not a bad performance at all. Still, though, are they going to come close to the 48 that Kingwin brought us onto you? Well, we're going to find out in the next 2 matches. You're going to be Miramar coming up to you. Ronin Esports, second place, very close to them. 518 points, not that far at all. 16 frags at around there. Would you look at that? Well, that's actually not 16 points of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And Space Station Gaming coming in on third, 498. That is just 20 points away. So teams are pretty close to one another at this point.
Although when it comes to the top of the bracket, that's not really that important as the lower side of the bracket, because 8 bottom teams are gonna get demoted to Bravo division, and that means that in this case, Tempo Storm, Pecadores, Gale Force Esports, Totality, Noble, Chaos, Shoot to Kill, and Instant Sponsor here gonna get demoted. So they need to work their asses off right now to get into the top 10. And it's not really that hard, right? Let's see like that. Instant Sponsor here, 2 points behind Optic Gaming. Shoot to Kill, 40 points. That's not much, right? They can still get back to it. So those 2 games right now on Miramar will be super important for the bottom 8 more than the to the top 8.
Yeah,
basically.
Truly. And, well, for the top 10 to stay in there as well.
Yep, that is correct.
They're hanging in by a thread, is what Lothar's trying to say here. But will that thread start to unravel as we move on to a newer map? What we know so far, at least from the GLL qualities, from what I've seen, is that NA play a much better Miramar.
Oh, they did start
Much better Miramar. They know when to rotate.
training.
They actually rotate late into Miramar, which is something they don't do in a Angel, which is a bit of an. You'll see it. You'll see it when they start playing. They know how to take their spots. They know where to go. And here they are, off at the races. The plane is going to be crossing by, and of course, in the good old Miramar fashion, it's going to be a much better plane trajectory this time around, cutting straight through the heart of it, straight through Pecado, as it seems.
Hey, look at that.
See where
Noble
teams
already
start to go.
dropping in Puerto Paraíso.
Puerto Paraíso. Actually, you got that one right. Well done.
All right. Well,
I am impressed. Well memed.
Ghost Gaming also going for Impala. FlyQuest taking the west side. We have a lot of different teams. Like this is interesting for me because I don't really feel familiar with the drops from those teams, but it's gonna be interesting to see the two games in a row on Miramar. And let's see if Pecado will actually be taken by someone. Totality, here we go. They're taking Pecado, something that we didn't see in EU at all. Pecado was empty for twice. Twice in a row. Yeah, 2 days in a row they were empty.
And this shows you that, well, any scrims have been going on in Miramar are much heavier, so teams kind of know where they need to go. And you see a much better split. Los Leones is the only team that the only place that could probably see more teams than it is right now. But still, you have to consider that teams are still better split. That's actually that's a very good thing. I'm loving what I'm seeing on this map. It's so nice and never mind. I take that back.
Well, Monte Nuevo is gonna have two teams, Shoot to Kill and Ronin. They're gonna have to kill each other really soon. This place is not big enough for two teams, 100%. So they either will have vehicles already having a fight there.
Where? What? Yes, they are. Ronin versus a team that I don't think had a chance to scrim.
Shoot to Kill already got a kill on one of the Ronin guys. So this is gonna be interesting.
Adam Ditz shooting out of his
pants
gun.
Very good.
That's a bit awkward. And the circle shows up as well.
Well, this circle is kind of interesting.
It's an odd one indeed. I'm looking at Cloud9 and Ghost Gaming, specifically Noble as well. FlyQuest, they're going towards the President Los Hagos, as they say up on the Gringo side of things. Los Higos. We'll see how FlyQuest actually make. FlyQuest might actually have an easy entrance because they have a very good 2 rows that they can pick. But teams like Ghost Gaming and Noble, it's a bit more difficult for them.
At the same time, the first circle does almost no damage.
Oh, poor Kraken. Look at this Ronin getting early damaged. So super hard. So super hard. WizWiki
He's still hunting him down.
So the question, bro, it's clear enough. Ronin have left. Just give it up.
The question is it worth it, right? WizWiki didn't loot anything at all. He's just going for that kill.
His teammate coming in with the bike. They want to strike so bad, but they've lost the scent. Kraken might make it out alive. It seems like here, but as he goes up north, he's gonna go into 2 other teams. Nope. I just want to watch this in peace. Yeah, there's no chance that they hit Kraken.
I mean, there's a chance, always a chance, right? But at the same time, you need to kind of ask yourself, is it worth it to go for that kill when you kinda really want to loot in this, in this position, and you lose a lot of precious time to loot, especially now they're kind of like next to nothing. There's one warehouse here. They're losing a lot of ammo, and Kraken is still kind of running away. Now they're going back.
Shooting with the midget butthole. Come on, this car. If you look at this car, iron sights, it looks like you're peering through a midget butthole.
I'm gonna throw this image out of my mind straight away.
Nope, not gonna work. It's in there imprinted.
I mean, I don't even use a scar when I don't have a red dot on it on a hollow. So
that's why, because you don't like midget buttholes. Are you?
Exactly. All right, well, let's see. Noble still looting. Ghost Gaming as well. I don't think they were going to move for the longest time until the first circle just going to close. And that's about it. Ooh, Totality getting the shot. Ooh, no.
Well, he's not sitting pretty now.
He didn't even make a move. He was straight at him.
Yeah. And he makes it out somehow. I don't think they're going to be getting him at this point in time. They're shooting yet again with iron sights. So Birdie is just going to pull up his Bronco. Not going to give a care in the world.
Did you see how many bullets holes was that in that truck?
Kraken thinks that this is the squad that was aggressing him earlier.
Well,
so
he might just hide.
Shots. He might just hide, yeah. But he has one of those powerful compounds. He probably has enough loot for himself at this moment in time. Purdy, though, avoiding the roadside. He's doing a smartsy. He's doing a smartsy now.
Where is he
He
going,
read
though?
the situation nicely. He just wants to make his way into the circle and let his team come to his area because that's a powerful place.
Yeah, but at the
that
same
he
time, he
has
doesn't know that Ronin, I mean Kraken
Just
from
Kraken.
Ronin is there, right? So he might tell his buddies, like, let's go to this compound, and then there will be Kraken. And if he's gonna have the drop on them, that could happen. Envious taking the same route with a scout right now. Vexel, though, will he take a shot on him?
We're gonna
Yeah,
find
there
out.
we go. Some shots on venerated, and that might end badly. But at the same time, they scared them off. So, most likely they're safe in this compound.
Clave Satellita. People are saying rough things in the chat, man. Apparently, my Spanish is pretty bad.
No kidding.
Thank you. It's not, dude. It's like legit the best Spanish I've ever heard from
Define legit.
a European. Define legit, yes, exactly. With Mikoi and his teammates are going to be happy with Impala, which is the worst country you ever get yourself a Silverado. Noble, Godspeed, and they're going to have to carry some speed through this one. It looks like they're going to be alive. No problem whatsoever here. And they're going to have to find a new way into the circle because where Ghost Gaming are right now, there ain't no chance.
Let's see what FlyQuest is doing. They're gonna meet with Ronin when they're gonna rotate into the circle, but at the same time, they're not gonna have big problems, I would say, because Ronin will never engage. I would say so, at least. Never engage a full team driving next to him when there's only one guy from a team, right? Because if they're gonna spot that there's only one member of a team shooting at them, they're gonna just probably stop and try to kill him back. So this is gonna be an easy passage for FlyQuest. But when it comes to other teams, now let's look at that. Timid, making ready a scout movement. Ooh, with the tree bike right now. Oh my god! How did he not die?
I don't know. Still in there.
How is that possible? Everyone else just dies instantly, like even from the slightest movement on that bike. And here we go, Timid. I think he.
Not too timid.
Yeah,
on his strike.
exactly. I think he has some, special bikes.
I thought we were going to see something bad there for a second. But now he parks it cleanly. And where's he stands?
Where's Grizzly? Where's Bad as Bomb? Here we go. None of
Badass bomb. There she goes.
They split. They split. Cloud9 still looting. Two of them scouting next circle. I actually very like the position from Cloud9 from next to Los Leones, sorry. The warehouses there have amazing loot, and it's like a very, let's say, efficient path. You can do it within like 5 to 7 minutes and to be decently looted. You can also sacrifice more time and even get more loot because there are a lot of tier 1 buildings there. Alright, well, in the meantime, look at
I
that.
just hope that they have vehicles to work with.
Noble and Ghost Gaming
Go
just
sandwiched.
traveling east side of the map.
One sandwiching between the other. They're legitimately one after the other. Noble leading in. They're Defined. Then Noble again. Sorry, Ghost Gaming. Then Defined. Then another team member of Noble. Carving the same path. Or rather, kind of the same
You know what's
path.
funny? It's like the scenario that I drawn on the map on the Erangel situation, because we had the same circle with the geographer pole, and I described the situation already there. But
Yeah,
only one
exactly
team
where
did that. But now we
Ghost
have
is
two
going.
teams doing this like north side, northeast side movement, which allows them to probably move in late in the circle while other teams already moved into it. So this might be a little bit risky, but at the same time probably gives the most time to go into the circle and be safe. But the problem is, when more people had an idea like that, then you might end up in a fight pretty early on. Another 3-man bike for Ghost Gaming here. This is a little bit intimidating. Will they end up dead or not?
Well, he's going to push through. Teammates will be close enough-ish for a res, I think. It was not too bad, all things considered. Actually, he's a bit too far away from... okay, he's made a bit...
Well,
It's
he's
good
on a
though.
bike. He's
It's-
way faster
yeah,
than everyone
It's
else.
good because he's going to be sent in as his scout. And to try and find something to work with in the next one. Let's see. Teams making their way slowly, one after the other. Counterculture as well on a trike, perhaps, here. Let's
What
find the
happened?
culprit.
We're looking for a bike.
No.
Here
she
we
goes.
go.
Always.
But it was a 2-man bike.
You know the expression chercher la femme in French? Look for the woman for everything, for every kind of trouble. In PUBG we have chercher la Ducati.
For the bike.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to say bike in French.
Le bike.
Le bike. Yes, that's it. Yes, indeed. So there you go. Teams starting to make their way inside. They're not rotating as early as you thought they would, but still they're making a good cross into the circle. And they know where to play this one. I love this. I look at the map, and I see good places taken by the NA teams. This is pretty nice. They know where to take those little ridges. Here's a little bit of a trick for you watching at home. If you don't know where to go inside a circle, try to go for the areas that are darker on the map. That means you're going to have more ridges, more divots to work with. If we have a look at the map here, and we look at the area where teams are currently in the white, in the center, you can see some of them are actually in those darkened areas. You see Purdy, Papaya, some of the other 6-mo team ready as well. Envious as well, taking a good position. They know that those places are much better. We try to avoid the areas that are kind of brownish or whatever, grayish in color, and go for the darker spots. That's my tip, and that always works out fine. Because it comes from
Cartography with Boogie.
cartography, yeah, literally cartography. Yeah, take the high ground. You can have that much more of the cover, I suppose. Undercover pie, not so
What is
undercover now.
happening? There's so many shots going through that vehicle, and he's gonna get blown.
Oh, the voice of the people has been silenced by Rome. No longer a vox populi.
We really have a lot of kills in cars on an A. Wasn't really that much
Yeah.
happening.
Well, it's Miramar as well, where you have such a long sight of your
Mhm.
enemies that you can shoot from one side of the map to the other.
On Miramar, there's a lot of pressure on teams in mid-range to long-range fights. So having even a 2x scope is super important. Basically, every scope is super important, but even at 2x when it comes to the magnification, 4x is a blessing, 8x even better, because the map is so different from Erang.
Duck won't be too concerned. A full squad firing at him. FlyQuest letting their bullets fly, but Duck just takes one bullet down. That's about it. His bike might be damaged. So he might leave it there.
And Badass
no,
Bomb
they're
just
Look at the
suicided.
rotate, though. Look at the rotate early on coming in from Envious Optic. We see Wildcard Gaming coming in, team ready as well. A lot of teams trying to come in early on to El Pozo. El Pozo, which is going to be lit up as soon as that circle leaves the town. So urban warfare for this one, boys. It's always a pleasure to watch. In the meantime, I saw outside the circle, I saw Ghost Gaming versus... Oh, there you go, versus 2 squads at this moment in time. Noble and another one. Still on the outskirts. Oh, is this going to be another one? No, it's not.
I mean,
Definitely not.
this kind of looks like a caravan to blow up. Ooh, there's gonna be a switch.
And bait. Frolicker. Ooh, his car is okay.
But he got out already.
And his team is there to help him.
They taking the fight. They taking the stand. Interesting.
Now
Or are they?
They might just peek. Frexus might spot his enemies across the street. But his enemies is soon going to have some cover as well. Man, it's a very aggressive game that Adam did. And his team play very
Nice
aggressive.
shots. Nice shots from Frex through that window, although it didn't seem to make a lot of damage. Vapor with 2 members left after the suicide from Badass Bomb. Oops. Well, that'll be about it from Fear. He knocked a pole and got knocked down, I guess. That's what you get for bad driving. El Pozo will get overpopulated pretty quickly. It's one of those cities that doesn't really have that many buildings, but at the same time they're pretty tall. So you can hide in the same building as another team, and you have like a dense population, although the circle might be really small. So let's see if that will actually be the finishing circle on that city, because that will make it really awkward for a lot of teams. Optic fighting with Cloud9. That nade didn't really hit. Wasn't long enough.
Yep. Oh, that's what she said.
Yep.
Hypoc now making the move. Solid FPS. Won't be holding on to that angle there. Might be getting out, and that's a damaging thing to do. Whoa, how is he not dead? Solid FPS caught behind the corner there. Hypoc takes him last very second. Now moving in. This is the time for Hypoc to make that move. C9 know it. He comes back. Doesn't bite Hypoc at all. He's going to be peeking into a good angle here, but Frex is on the other side of the building. Optic not close enough to go for this push, and not nearly as many men as they should be. But this actually, instead of being an aggressive move, this might be the moment where Optic can make a move out from where they are, because their two teammates are quite far from them. Ronald as well playing a good edge. The Mark 14 as well, and this crate is going to be picked up by Grizzly. That's the question. Well, not now. He's getting shot to pieces. My car 98 from FlyQuest, I think.
Man, I can't remember.
What happened to Ghost Gaming?
Well, seems like they're knocked down.
Yeah, but that was
Captain Obvious here, reporting for duty.
Yo, my friend, thank you for coming in here.
I flew with my cape.
Two of them, though. Two of them still alive. Oh, see, just as barely as they made it into the circle. Oof. That's a rough one. They traded, absolutely body them. See, because I don't know.
So this is actually going to be a lot of damage for Vico and Counterculture. The same goes for Gunner. Like, this is the third circle. This is nothing to scoff on. If you're not fully boosted and you don't have like access to a lot of medkits and bandages, this might be really tough. Whoa, that was brutal. Kaisuke ran over Austin. Does he know that a team is next to them? Actually, it's not that close. El Pozo gets overpopulated, as I said. Look at that. This is going to be nasty.
Absolutely. Urban warfare, something that we love to see as well. We'll see how it will go further down. We'll see when the circle's going to... I'm curious to know which circle is going to remove all these guys from El Pozo. El Pozo, literally my favorite place to loot. I know this place by heart. I don't think I'd be happy to be in this game, though. Oof, that's a lot of teams in there.
This is going to be a really loud game. Because all of those teams were going to fire at each other at the same time.
Does that bother you? Are you too old for this? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yeah.
No. What?
No. I'm just trying to figure out what do they try to do?
Oh!
Oh my god, that was close.
That was close, but that was sexy, man. I like that. I want to see more of that. Hey, here's another one comment as well.
He almost smashed his teammate
Guys,
with that bike.
Please don't become valets. Definitely not your career choice. Nice one. Here comes the last one from FlyQuest. Slightly better parking, not necessarily flying. That's what they call him, FlyQuest, man.
It was like a comet.
There you go. Literally. Vojillo now on the Baiku, taking shots. It's not an easy task. They're taking a heck of a ton of damage, and they're just barely on the outside. Smurf as well joining them up. Pecadores will get a second chance at life. Pancutes won't see a frag here.
They actually have a decent compound, even though it's in the lower ground. There's a lot of cover.
It's not in the circle.
No, wait. There's actually one building still in circle, and they can hide all of them in there.
Just the butt of it. They can, yeah, I suppose. As soon as Team Ready would give up on him. Oh, Defiant Legit also dying. That leaves one guy alive. Mikoy is going to be the last one for Defiant. For Ghost Gaming. As Defiant Legit gets unfortunately knocked out. And there won't be a res on him. Mikoy trying to play the Koi game and go all the way around to that god compound there. He's in an open space, though. He might want to take the one to his right later on. We'll see how that one works. But we see actually Pecadores that might try to make a push against Team Ready on the north side. The very north of the white. Are they making a move?
Gunner's still out there. Holy
Taking
moly,
a lot
how
of
much damage he's taking right now.
A lot. There she blows.
He's fully boosting, so that's good. I think he changed.
Whoa, what?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
For a second, I thought he doesn't have any more guys left.
That would have been pretty unfortunate. Birdie now taking shots at his enemies here, but he gets knocked out himself by Fiends. That's an unfortunate time for Totality, but still they're going to get the res easily enough. If they should choose to do that. Yes, they will. There we go. Team Totality are going to be quite okay with that. Gunnar is going to make his way inside. Timid is going to have to play the timid game. His teammates are no longer there. Grizzly Mallard as well. So those guys are not necessarily going to shoot at Gunnar. But Gunnar is going to take that much more damage because the circle is closing in. So he needs to make his way inside as fast as possible.
He's going to take a few ticks from the new circle, but he's still going to be alive. So now the question is, will he going to get shot? when approaching the circle, and it might seem like a timid will take some shots at him.
Oh, Gunner comes in close to
Well, was
Mikoy.
close, was close.
Mikoy's not going to fire off, but he's coming closer now to Wildcard Gaming. Still keeping on the run. Spots that damaged Baiku and decides to fall out himself. He does have the body of Defiant Legit just on the outside for him to loot. He doesn't know this. And I don't think he's going to be... I don't think he's going to be too adventurous to actually go on the outside and go for a bit of a travel there to loot. Not even for 2 meters. Wow, this is going to be a bloodbath, bro. Urban fight.
Hard to cast as well because you have no idea which
I
floor are people on.
I love urban fights. Bring it on, baby. We'll see what they got.
6 more got flipped, and now he's dead. Unfortunately, he stopped in completely open space. I mean, stopped, quote unquote, because he just had to stop because he flipped his vehicle. Frolicker gets down by Noble, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, from Optic, from the other side. So they're pincered by 2 teams, Optic and Noble right now. Not the best of position to be in, but I don't think you have a choice since they're in the open warehouse, and it's gonna be open from 2 sides, always. So unless they're gonna change the position, they're gonna have to deal with this pretty fast. Otherwise, they're gonna get stomped and just drone. And every single resource they have is gonna get used to just get back on the feet.
Wiz Wiki, a very aggressive team here, man. I love the way they've been playing.
Well,
Really
shoot
nice
to
kind of
kill, that's the name. So
yeah.
they have to
Stay true to it.
shoot, I guess, to kill.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see if they find their frags here, though. They seem to be moving out of that position. They might be moving into into El Pozo. We'll find out in a few seconds as the circle is indeed strangling. Envious have themselves a nice chunk. Team Totality playing well as 4. There's a lot of teams that have their full man stack, but then again, pretty much half the other ones only have 3 or 2s or 1s. We'll see how it pans out for the end. Wild card, pretty much safe with where they are here. They just kind of caught a frag here and there. Kind of a stray cat to find legit was caught between them. They didn't actually have to do too much on this company. They thought that
Not really.
they would have had to do more because they're on the outskirts of El Pozo. But not a lot of teams happen to come their way.
Shoot to kill with knock on BenQ, sorry.
Thank you.
Some damage went back to them, but they have the high ground advantage. They can just take cover and heal in the meantime. Cloud9 shooting at Ronin and Wildcard, but this is gonna happen a lot in those city fights because people, even if someone will get knocked down, most likely no one will just charge through to the next building to finish off a team. So with every single knock, they're gonna just lose resources. They're gonna lose medkits, they're gonna lose boosters, they're gonna lose their Kevlar, their helmets, but they will still be alive because someone else from the team will get the res. But this team, it's not in the building, and this is a very unfortunate cover.
Yeah, but it seems to be working out okay for Room. Does he have room to tie? No, not necessarily. Okay, now he needs to make a move. Oh, and as he does, gets himself peppered in with shots. One more will do it, but it can't connect.
Adam
Undercover
Ditz, in
pie.
the meantime, is getting knocked down, so they will not have an easy time just going through. Oh, Wolf got downed. Some really good shots. And look at that loot coming for shoot to kill, being rewarded by having that position.
Pretty much. It's literally on them. They're going to be very, very happy with it. Undercover Pie now meets up with Room. You're going to have to move in, though.
Oh, actually,
in 55
that loot
seconds.
is completely on the other side of the hill.
No, there's two boxes, I think. Let's look to there. Yeah, there you
go. Oh, okay. Then I have seen correctly. Never mind then.
Oh, yeah. You have. El Pozo closing in on... sorry, the circle, rather, closing in on El Pozo. Another Mark 14 with level 3 vest and an 8x scope. Okay.
Well, the level 3 vest is a nice addition, especially to the, in such a
oh, yeah. When you're coming out of that spot into El Pozo, you're going to need that. Let's see how it pans out. For them, Kaisuko now in a compound with his team. Full team for Optic. For Space Station Gaming.
He's getting the res. Such a good angle, but not good enough. Few centimeters to the right, he would have the angle to that person. So this is the moment where a lot of teams were gonna take the same buildings as other teams, and
Sorry.
just different floors.
Yeah, pretty much. This is becoming what I thought would be more on Miramar. Circus closing in on Urban Warfare, where you'd see fights moving rather from the horizontal to the vertical. I actually haven't seen it that much lately, and I haven't seen it much in my gameplay. Sorry, I'm losing my.
No worries, man.
I'm literally losing my voice here. I'm so sorry. I came into the cast, guys. I'm sorry at home. I know I sound like a freaking, like
It's
a
okay,
broken
man.
UAZ. But I'm
Like a
really-
pre-patch boogie.
Yeah, man, like a pre-patch buggy. I know, guys. I'm so sorry for you watching at home to have to listen to my
Who
scuffed
got
voice.
downed? Fraxus killed Adam Deeds
Bullet.
from
Do you mind?
Excuse me?
Do you mind? But thank you for bearing through with me. Even if I lose my voice after this GLL, that's okay, because I'll keep quiet after this. There you go. Done. Sorry. Take it away.
All right. Well,
Oh, Lord.
Flag was taking shots at Ox for shoot to kill. He's having a really hard time going through that. In no cover. Look at that. How do you even run through a field like that? Some people from shoot to kill still taking that hill with Wiki on the top of it, and that's actually, I think, that the best move that they could have made in the meantime. Shepard gets killed by Totality, and they're still taking shots on other teams. Actually, Totality has a really good placement right now, since they have a building with 3 different floors. They have good oversight, and it's not easy to approach the building. So if the circle will end up on them, that is actually a fantastic position.
Well, let's find out. And here it comes.
And here we go.
There
So
she goes.
we have already 4 teams in that final circle. I mean, final, quote unquote, because it might be coming to an 8th circle as well.
Oh, yeah, well. Oh, yeah, it will, for sure. 'Cause it's urban. There's a lot of cover. We will be seeing that final circle. Now-
Maybe even the final circle will just be one building with few floors, and people will be above each other.
Oh, that would be so sick, wouldn't it?
Well, sometimes you just don't even see the other guy, and you need to out-heal your opponent to win the
But
game.
circles don't end on buildings. Not much we know. Kickstart now, putting in those good shots there, and Gunner's going to be gunned down. Was Wiki in the meantime, as you saw the kill feed there, killed. That tells us that that's the end of that squad coming in. Uncivilized actually doing a one-man squad kind of type of deal. In the meantime, though, FlyQuest still have the circle. There's a lot of teams that need to make it in. Cloud9 have a very good chance at this as well. Wildcard Gaming got knocked. Got 2 members of their team knocked early on. Pecadores as well, close to them. I have to play the edge of this one here. Hypok won't see them. Neither will 17, as Wildcard Gaming come very, very close to their enemies here. 17 should have made a shot. This is 3 teams in one building. Oh, Kickstarter is going to get himself knocked out by H1. So Vokivo knows that there's a lot of noise in here. Oh, barely stays alive. Somehow barely stays alive. He will go for the first hit kit.
Well, this is gonna be how it is in the urban fights, right? You're gonna be in the same building. You even gonna hear that someone else is in your building, but you're not gonna know exactly where. Now we're gonna see some close combat. Oh, did that nade go in? I think so. It did, but it wasn't cooked, so the damage didn't go into anyone.
Ramsey, I think I saw Gordon Ramsey. That's how raw that name was. Totality Terro trying to put in the good shots. Jesse on the other side of the building there. Terro comes out on top. Crisp shots on the head.
Totality with still 2 members left. Smithy gets knocked
There's a
down.
chance to get a res.
The question is, where's the last member for Envy? And it's next to Jesse. Now the question is, the question is Terra a good shooter enough to get that duel? But unfortunately, he lost that duel.
Yeah,
and
because he was aiming at his legs. See,
well,
this
you
time,
know, it's a
first
spectator,
guy
right?
he was aiming at his legs. First guy, he was aiming at his head. Beautiful shots. Second guy, he was aiming at his legs. Lost the duel. That shows the importance of pre-firing at the correct angle, which is something that teams are learning, and they're doing so much better lately. And it's really a beautiful thing to watch when someone actually peeks in and looks at the head of someone before it comes out. Anyways, Vokivo, Smurf, and Vexel and H-Twin on a full team here. They are not doing too bad. Pecadores find themselves up in a good position, but will it be good enough for the next circle? No, it's literally the worst.
Oh my god, every single team now needs to move out. Look Look at shoot to
Uncivilized.
kill. Uncivilized just can move to the next building and it'll have a perfect spot unless it's going to end up then on the north side of the next circle.
Absolutely. FlyQuest is going to be the first one to make it there, though. But can they make it? Because there's some enemies coming in close to them.
I'm really wondering why Uncivilized is just not moving to the next building. He's just sitting there.
I had an ending here myself, actually. It's a good combat defense from Uncivilized. It offers you visibility all the way to the north. As you can see there, it's an open type of building, so you can peek in and out. No problem whatsoever. You can also climb on top. But there's going to be so many teams trying to fight for this one here, I believe. Actually, no, they're going for the north side compounds that are still into the circle. So FlyQuest have an easy life as it is.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Is he in the
Let's
circle?
go, baby.
That's the question.
Oh, that's a nade coming on him. Oh, that nade. Did it go in? No, it did
Well, they
not.
did check that position in the other building and they're checking it again.
Oh, lordy, Uncivilized. He tried his best.
He
But he
tried it,
can't
but
succeed.
you know, he didn't see, obviously, that they are checking exactly the same position in the other building. So he was destined to die.
Absolutely. Moody now. The other side of the road there is going to have to prone in. We'll get a decent chance at life, but will his teammates, though, as they try to make their way in, they have to drop a smoke towards FlyQuest, or at least some nades to scare them away. There's the smoke. The counter nades from FlyQuest are going to be raining in. Those are nades, indeed, that you see now. Ooh, a bit too close to Moody and to Solid as well. Solid actually gets himself knocked out by a Car 98 shot.
I was surprised that it actually, you know, I thought for a second that was the nade, but it was actually a shot. And now Moody got knocked as well. Flag was nailing some shots. Very nicely
6
played.
teams still left alive. And this here Combat Frolic are trying to do God's work there. Put Smurf down. Well, Hevo in the meantime gets knocked out by Frex. Smurf gets killed by Fiends. So Cloud9 are helping another team out, it seems. Apaya, can he find a frag here, though? Because they're going to have to watch for Check. Check is making his way without anybody watching him at all. Vexel as well.
Well, they need to hug the ground and that fence. Otherwise, they're going to be shot from the left side.
Look at these little tiny peaks that they have in their effects. Holy smokes.
I
he's
wonder
so
if he
close to
sees
that.
actually.
Now look at where the next circle is going to be. A bit out in the open. There are ridges on both sides of the road. Where FlyQuest now, they have the stronger ridge. But it's definitely not an easy task. They're needable. There's one nade that can be thrown in that direction, and that's it. That's the whole of FlyQuest gone. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it occurs.
Envy, in the meantime, is already on the second side of the street, on the opposite side of the street, in that small divot there. Very good position for check shooter. But unfortunately, he's outside of the circle, so he needs to move, and he has almost no way of advancing unless he wants to go next to the building where currently Papaya and his friends are sitting there.
We'll see how it works out here. Chaos Latin Gamers trying to make something of another thing with what they have. Let's see if it pans out all right. The last two guys from Cloud9 here, Frolic and Frexus, sticking around, sticking close together. They're going to push in last.
Well, they know exactly where FlyQuest is, because they had a lot of shots, nades, and so on. So someone has to be taking that other side of the street, so they need to make just a risk assessment. What do we need to do now?
This is the perfect time right now for Cloud9. The perfect diversion check shooter. Literally saving their arses as they move in there. A bit of a mistake from Chaos Latin Gamer. Getting themselves knocked. And another guy that actually got knocked from the blue. Unfortunate thing. Here comes the last one. Melted like he was butter by Frexus, and that kind of tells you he might have not even had any armor on him. Froliker goes in for some fast loot. This is it. It's a 2v4 situation. And now FlyQuest are on the move. They're trying their best to close this one down as early as possible. Somethang takes one down. Frolic now, the last one staying alive. Can he be alive for too long? No! Somethang finishes him off. And that will be the GG and the chicken dinner for FlyQuest. And that is one performance out of these lads. I said that they would have to have an easy side where they were, that they wouldn't have to put up a fight after they killed Uncivilized. But actually, they kept a lot of teams on the other side of the road. So they did pretty freaking good.
They kept zoning the other teams from moving
into their place.
Yeah, exactly. So they had a perfect crossroads in the front of them, basically, right? So when they made the announcement with the nades, with the kill, to the other teams that someone is there, like an entire team on the opposite side of the street. Everyone else was just focusing not to move anywhere until they have to, right? And that was the last moment there. And I really like how FlyQuest did get aggressive on Cloud9 when they knew they had the numbers advantage. It's 4v2. They know that if they get the trade, it's all good. The other guy is in the zone.
least they have
He needs to get
information.
pushed, right? We have seen Froliker still having good shot. He knocked down one of the FlyQuest members, even behind the fence, so he landed some headshots. But at the same time, he's being pushed by the blue zone in the back, and he has like two opponents from two different angles. There's no way in hell that he can pull it off.
And that's the trust that you show to your teammates. You know that even if you get knocked out, if you're the unlucky one that gets knocked out, your team is going to have your back
Yep.
and close the deal. So there you go. Teams showing us what they got. A very confident move there at the end for FlyQuest that will net them the chicken dinner. Well played indeed. If they would have stuck too long, I feel like Froliker might have just looted some nades as well, because I kind of heard when he looted, you can hear the sounds. I think I
Yep.
heard nades as well, so that might have been really devastating for FlyQuest hadn't they pushed, but they did, and it was quite sexy. Now, we're going to go for a quick break. I'm going to try and, recover my voice somehow.
And then we'll have the final game of the day.
Oh, yes.